Hi everyone, my name is Theo, and today I will introduce my team's project for the Square Customer Point of Sale Hackathon, Dingo. We have a lot to cover, so we'll be splitting the content up into two videos. This video is a demo, and the other, which is linked in the description, goes into more depth about our project. Let's get started. When building Dingo, we wanted to extend existing seller loyalty programs by adding a system to generate personalized recommendations for customers based on their previous orders. To do this, Dingo consists of two main parts, the recommendations portion and the seller dashboard, with the ultimate goal of automatically providing customers with discounts on personalized recommendations. Instead of just explaining, let me show you how Dingo works. Let's start off by taking a look at the seller dashboard. So for the purpose of this demo, let's pretend that I am a seller on Square and I want to connect my Square account. The first thing I see is the statistics page, where I can see how well Dingo's recommendations are doing, both counting and rate-wise with these key metrics. I also have access to a graph to see the number of redeemed recommendations on a day-to-day basis. In the recommendation catalog section, I can see all the items in my catalog, as well as how often each has been recommended, how often each has been ordered as a result of being recommended, and whether or not I want to include this item as a potential recommendation in the future. In the settings page, I can choose between offering additional loyalty points or percentage discount on recommended items, and I can choose how much of each to give, the duration of the discount, and a couple of other useful toggles. Lastly, on the seller dashboard, I have access to the sandbox, which is a really nice tool that allows me to simulate orders and see what would have been recommended. For example, I can pretend to have ordered a passion fruit green tea, and I can see what Dingo would have recommended to a customer that had that exact same order. It's really cool to play around with this tool and see the algorithm in action. Now let's take a look at what this recommendations process would look like with an actual seller and buyer. On the left, we have a seller account on Square who is charging a customer for passion fruit black tea. This customer already has an existing account with the seller's loyalty program and is going to be receiving the receipt via text. In the middle, we see the phone screen of the customer who is now expecting a text with the receipt as well as a text from Dingo with recommended items. There we can see that the Dingo notification pops up, and the customer can now navigate to the recommendations page where they can select which recommendation they want. In this case, they choose a passion fruit green tea and they redeem it. Now, if we take a look at the seller dashboard, we can see that the numbers have been updated appropriately. Before we wrap up the demo, I also wanted to touch on the Square APIs we ended up using for Dingo. The customer point of sale APIs we used were the loyalty API and the customers API. The loyalty API was used to grant customers additional loyalty points upon purchase of a recommended item, and we integrated the customers and loyalty API to retrieve customer contact information. We also used the catalog and orders APIs in order to retrieve information for our algorithm. This next slide is the technical flowchart for Dingo. In the interest of time, I won't go through this slide, but it depicts the flow of events that occur between a customer purchasing an item and redeeming a recommendation. This image is also on the dev post and covered more in depth in the other video if you want to learn more. That about wraps it up for the demo. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing Dingo in action, and definitely check out our other video in the description as well as the dev post if you want more information on our project. Thank you.